Well, I'm afraid that might violate my professional standards.
What do you mean? Everybody here is professionals.
In this field, I'd be an amateur. Be a copy. There you go. See, what I'm doing's a piece on Midtown, so naturally, prostitution's a part of that.
Look, you want to find out what it's all about? You should rent a room for a couple of hours and give it a try. Hey, George, hit the buzzer!
Well, first of all, let me make sure I've got your name spelled right. It's G-U-A-S-T-A?
The rest is vino, like wine.
All right. Who was it said? I don't care. What'd you say about me as long as you spell my name right?
I don't know.
Right. I want to know about the hotel. You got 32 rooms.
14 welfare, the rest transients.
And last year you scored 74 prostitution arrests and 29 convictions?
Where'd you get those figures?
From the police file.
You sure this ain't some kind of scandal sheet you're writing for?
I see a sniffing around sweet over at Willie's, coming on cute.
Yeah, cute like a cobra. Who's she with, anyway? It's 30, honey, remember?
Big George. She's telling everyone she makes $4.50 a night.
$4.50?
$3.54. I don't know. Anyway,
She is a damn lie. I'm telling you, she ain't making no $4.50. Not with all this heat on. Honey, you're worried about your wallet. Just put it in your pants and lay your head on it.
Maybe she's working massage parlors with.
Yeah. Parking lots and always at Morrissey.
Anyway, she's making a real place.
No kissy, honey.
Like I'm saying, it's just what I hear
I mean,
around.
that's one of the oldest lines in the world. You know, beefing up your nightly take.
Wait.
I don't know if he is or not. I just know she's trying.
Then I tell you, he's not so smart as he makes out to be.
Hey, what about me?
I'm getting to you, honey. Sweet. Yeah, all this fuss about Sweet. What is he, anyway? He's just a man.
Please, one more.
All I gotta do is have $10. As long as they're not looking to rob anybody, it ain't my responsibility. You didn't find any robbery arrests on that sheet, did you?
How much does the hotel gross in a week?
I don't keep the books. We pay our taxes like any other business. Bar, shoe store.
Who's we?
Okay!
Do you own the hotel?
Me, I'm just a manager.
Well, who is the owner?
Some corporation.
Does it have a name? Well, now, somebody pays your salary.
I told you before, I make it a point not to mind nobody else's business. Live and let live is my motto. Sure, we make a little money off the girls. So do the big hotels. So do the politicians. And the police, they do okay, too, on overtime. You know what it costs the taxpayers to keep the hookers off the streets? Plenty. What's that? Look on the phone. I ain't afraid to talk to a reporter. I got nothing to hide.
Oh, I see. Business is good.
Yeah, well, no complaints. What is it you want to know?
Here, write down your address, will you? I don't like owing anybody. I'll pay it all back in a couple of weeks.
I'm in no hurry.
Yeah, but I am. All right, what's going on here? Look, I know nobody does anything for nothing, right?
That's right. I want to make a business deal with you. I want to talk to you. I want to know about working girls.
No. What?
Anything, everything, whatever you can tell me. And time's worth money. I mean, yours and mine. So if we can talk, then I'll pay you. Whatever we can work out, pay by the hour. It could take care of the fine.
Why me?
Well, because Swifty says you're a dedicated woman.
Oh, you don't even know what that means, do you?
No, not exactly, but it sounds...
It sounds nice, something you can handle like a white nigger, right? A dedicated woman don't roll a john and she don't steal. But I'm a whore and I sell it for money. Just like you sell for a marriage license and fancy dinner. Hey, you want to ride uptown?
Hey, how about my offer?
I gotta think about it. We're going up to 59th Street. Drop me off at 45th, okay? Okay. How'll I know?
What besides a pound of sugar and 10 gallons of gas can possibly be worth $500?
Would you believe integrity?
Oh, integrity.
Yes. A commodity in very short supply.
Come on, friend, get off the soapbox. Integrity from a hustler?
Well, why not? You know what she said to Inspector Keogh when he offered to exchange her privacy for an out on an assault rap?
Please.
I forgot. You don't like women to swear.
Or smoke cigars. Sue me. And she's willing to spill her all to you for hard cash, huh? You know what I think, Morrison? I think she's got a good head for business.
Lester, there is something special here. I know it.
How special can a piece on prostitution be? It's cheap. It's easy. Every magazine in the city has one. You titillate a little. You exploit. That is not what we're about.
I know that. But, Lester, there isn't a woman alive who hasn't had the fantasy of going into a room with a stranger and selling herself for money. Or the nightmare. I look at that girl and I wonder what separates us.
Desperation.
Or guts.
Maybe just a case of VD.
You always did have a lot of class.
Besides, we just ran that big spread last month on the new black middle class. I don't want to follow it with this.
Well, what makes you think this scene is black? Would you be surprised to hear that the majority of the girls on the street are white? From Midwest cities, they've school dropouts, all come here to be models, find a rich man, same old dream. Anyway, I don't even know whether she's going to talk to me or not, but if she does, and you're chicken, I'll pick up the tab myself.
Okay. Talk about hustling.
You mean it's still around? I thought with all those singles bars and liberated females with water beds, nobody has to pay for it anymore.
But they want to.
What do you mean they want to?
Well, I think a lot of men are scared to death of the free giveaway. And with a prostitute, you can play it safe. No risk, no demand, no intimacy.
Right.
Women's lib may be the biggest boon to prostitution since the invention of the twin bed.
Can I quote you at the athletic club?
Your table will be ready in just a moment, Mr. Dietrich, and I'll personally take care of your lobster.
Thank you, Armand.
Take tonight, for instance. It's so complicated. You're going to take me to bed, right? But first you have to feed me at a very expensive restaurant because it makes you feel better.
True, but it makes you feel better, too. Subtly, maybe. As if you're worth it.
Now, what would you say if I told you you're in solid agreement with an 8th Avenue hooker?
I'd say it calls for 2 martinis.
And this girl, Wanda, she says that under all the romance and the orange blossoms and all that, that men and women engage in business transactions all the time.
That's a pretty profound thought for a hooker. For anybody. It just leaves out a couple of things.
Like what?
Respect, mutual need, love. on with dinner. Let's go home.
We've got company.
Too late. They've got our names on them. Fine.
Look, you've been with a prostitute, right?
Haven't we exhausted this subject?
Oh, come on. All you Princeton boys must have had to pass your masculinity exams at the local brothel.
You're a terrier. Why can't you ever do a nice, in-depth piece on the Lennon sisters or needlepoint?
The Lennon sisters are needlepoint.
You should know by now, I refuse to be a statistic in your articles.
Excuse me, Miss Morrison, a telephone call. You may take it right away.
Oh, thank you. Sorry.
Hey, it stopped raining. Maybe we ought to go back. I'm going back. Sweep the air. Really be mad at me. I got another $100. Come on. This is my old perp. Right here in this corner I was turned out 4 years ago. Oh, I used to know everybody. I knew the cops, I knew the girls, I knew the counterman. Hi, how you doing?
Big deal. I like the action better on 8th.
Yeah, it was different here. It's a little more high class, right?
Do you ever think about quitting?
Who? Quitting?
Everybody's got a goal.
What kind of a goal?
Well, most girls, they want to save 2 or 3 grand by a certain age, put it down on business.
Yeah, like a restaurant or a club. Or a boutique. Ooh, what I love.
I know some girls, they think I'm staying there all their life.
Yeah, like they're born to it.
Ain't nobody born to it, stupid. I mean, you were born no different from Fran here. Or Jackie Kennedy. Or anybody.
All right, come on, girls. Let's go. Let's go.
I don't know what you mean, officer. What?
Got any identification?
Yes, officer. I'm a writer, and these women are helping me on a research project, so...
On a what?
Research project.
You girls know this is a well-known area for prostitutes.
Isn't that shocking?
Look, it looks like I've left my press card at home, but if you'll just let me make a call to my office, they'll explain everything
Yeah,
to
well,
you.
I'll tell you what.
Where's
You make
the
all the calls you want down at the precinct, all right?
No, what is that so damn for? We're only walking to speak my out. Just been walking around. This is ridiculous. She can't even walk on the street. I can assure you, Inspector Keogh will not be happy.
Keogh, huh? No kidding. How's the mayor gonna feel? All right, come on, girls. Let's go. Make some room. Come on, I got company for you. Come on.
Oh, so polite.
Hey, honey, what you doing over here on Lex?
Mal.
Uh-huh. All right, this is a research project, officer. Ooh, what? This is shocking, officer. What do you mean? Come on.
Lo único que queremos es la firma tuya en estos papeles para meterlo a la cárcel. ¿Comprende? Solamente eso es lo que necesitamos. Dime, ¿vas a firmar o no? Toma. ¿Cómo está soda? ¿Es para ti? Cógela. ¿Y tu familia dónde está? ¿Vas a firmar o no? Quiero que me contestes, dime. No me vas a decir.
What do you use, a cigarette? He's done it before to girls in his stable, and he'll do it again. Tell her she'll sign a statement. We can put him in jail for a very long time.
I told her.
Well, then tell her she's frightened. We'll give her protection. We'll put her in a hotel with a guard for 24 hours.
Si Tienes miedo, te vamos a meter en un hotel con un guardia que te proteja por 24 horas, ¿entiendes?
Tell her if she doesn't do it, that rat is going to think she talked to us anyway, and he's going to beat the hell out of her.
Y si no lo haces, si no firmes esos papeles, él siempre te va a coger, ¿entiendes? ¿Comprendes?
So then she says to me, what does your pimp do all day? So I told her he don't do nothing. But the way he don't do it is beautiful.
Hey, you know, I think you girls are really yo-yos.
What's the matter, honey? You jealous?
Yeah. What'd you do, get a new air pillow?
Yeah, the last one kept leaking.
That's just like my baby. I can't seem to keep him in diapers.
Where you got him now?
These people in the Bronx, they're taking care of him for me.
That's good.
Hey,
I know.
Hey, honey. You think they could get me down to court early tomorrow morning? You know, I got a hair appointment.
Oh, what are you gonna do? Get a permanent?
A permanent!
Ain't nobody had a permanent since 1947.
Hey, what's going on? Hey, what's that? Hey, kid's gotta do that! What you mean?
Shut up, will you? Shut up! Why don't you ask him what he did to one of his girls? Go ahead and ask him, Mr. Big Shot. Go on and tell him what you did.
Looks like she probably deserves it.
I'll never understand it. This thing that hookers have for their pimps. Here's a 14-year-old girl with her back burned raw, and we can't get her to press charges.
Is she just afraid, or is it sex, or love, or status? Or are they looking for their fathers? What?
In a pimp?
I don't know. Maybe just somebody to be responsible for their lives. Like a lot of women, I guess.
Look, if I could get inside a Pross's head, I'd have the street cleaned up in 24 hours.
Where are they going now?
Oh, we lock them up in cells for the night.
Listen, I think I'd like to talk to one or two of them. Would that be possible?
Yeah, sure, it's possible. I don't think you'll learn too much. Clifty! Yes, sir. They're kind of hard to know.
Yeah, so's everybody.
I got news for you. LA's better. They got mattresses. I want to sleep by myself.
Oh, no, you can't. Go to herself.
Hey, Steve, when we gonna get married?
When you get your shoe fit.
I ain't sleeping with no 9th Avenue chicken.
How about marrying the librarian?
Forget it. She's working the east side now.
What about that runaway, the one with the gimpy foot? Or listen, that skinny redhead, the one that lets everything hang out.
Wasn't there some college girl from Boston?
Yeah, she changed her story. Now her father's a Southern senator.
They all got some crazy story. 99% of them you can't trust.
Hey, how about Wanda?
She's okay. She's been on the street, what, 4 years? A dedicated woman. But I don't think she'll go for it.
A dedicated woman?
What's she in for, loitering?
No, assault this time. She was telling off a bus full of matinee women on 50th. She slugged the driver. There's nothing a working girl hates more than straight women.
Tell her we'll drop the assault charge if she'll talk to Miss Morrison.
I'll try.
People versus Cindy Sad. Counsel waives the reading of rights and charges. How do you plead?
Not guilty.
Do you have anything to say?
Thought she wasn't gonna make it.
I'm a resident of New York City, working as a model, Your Honor.
Bail is set at $50. Trial November 15. Next case.
People versus Angel Cologne. How do you plead?
I'm not guilty, Your Honor. I refuse to.
Bail is $50.
That'll be a slight explanation. I can
Trial is November...
Assault. You go do a damn fool thing like that.
I don't like no one hassling me.
You're a pro. You used to be in hassle.
Only when I get paid for it.
Could mean a $300-400 fine, depending on what side of the bed his honor got up on this morning.
So, I'll make it up. Sweet knows all I need. Just a couple good nights.
Sure he knows. The only problem is he hasn't got it.
Wine, $50.
He didn't send the money?
Wanda, do I have to explain? Lately you've been in more than you're out when you don't work.
It ain't my fault. I can't help it. There's a squeeze and things are
You get
tight.
picked up on an assault charge. That's not smart.
I give Sweet plenty. $5,000 a month last year. Where is it?
Now, what kind of talk is that? You know Sweet's got heavy expenses. It's not an easy business. He has to compete. Now, he says you better plead guilty and take the time.
I ain't going to no Rikers Island. I hate that stinking place.
Talking about a couple of weeks at the most. Nothing's that bad for a couple of weeks.
It's easy for him to say, sitting around at Willie's watching the Knicks on TV.
People versus Wanda Clavick.
What kind of a game is he playing with me anyway? I ain't no baby runaway he's got to teach a lesson to. I'm his #1 woman, ain't I?
When you work.
The defendant is charged with assault in the 3rd degree and that she did strike the complainant, Theodore Medina, about the face, causing him to sustain an injury which necessitated that he be treated at Roosevelt Hospital. How do you plead?
Guilty, Your Honor.
You know you've got 27 direct prostitution arrests in the past 4 years. So now you're going on to bigger things, eh? You have anything to say?
The creep pushed me first.
$500 or 60 days.
It'll be over before you know it.
Let us see some justice in the court.
Drop dead.
People versus Sherry Dubois. How do you plead?
5 pleads not guilty. You waive the reading of rights and charges, counsel?
I ain't got it. Excuse me. Adams, Department of Social Services. I've been authorized to pay the fine for Wanda Clavick.
What are you talking about? What's going on here?
You'll find out when you get outside. I didn't mean to make such a mystery of it. Frankly, I wasn't even sure you'd take it.
I don't get it. What's in it for you? What do you want with me anyway?
Thank you. Good luck. Can we have a cup of coffee?
Coffee? Coffee? I don't know. I gotta get back to work. Listen, I'm into you for $500. You might as well give me another $5 for the cab, right?
I don't understand it. I got this in the mail from Wanda this morning. A note figuring out how much she owes me and 4 $20 bills. Oh, what's it mean?
She got mugged a couple of nights ago. Nobody made out any official report, but it's all over the street.
No, where? How?
Outside her place. They got something new now. It's gangs of car girls. You know what they do? They rob and cut them up. It's easier that way. They don't have to flat back, and the payoff's much bigger. They don't work as hard. I'll tell you, they must have given her a hell of a going over. When women get rough, they're worse than men. Anyway, she's gone back to her pimp now.
Back to her pimp?
Hey, home is where your pimp is.
She could have called me. I'd have helped her.
How? You're a square. No matter how hard you try, you're on the outside.
Oh, I don't believe that. We had a relationship. I know it meant something.
Only to a point. Compete with the pimp, you gotta lose. I've got no proof, but I'd lay odds he fingered her for that gang. I mean, a working girl can't get too independent. I might be catching. You know what I'm telling you?
Do you think Wanda knows that?
Of course.
Then how can she go back to him?
How could she not go back? What, has she got a choice?
Hey, Swifty, come on, let's go.
I'm sorry, I gotta go.
Isn't there anything I can do?
Yeah, do her a favor. Leave her alone.
I feel so helpless, and I hate it.
Yeah, I know.
Come on, let's go. Let's go. Come on.
Shut up.
Come on.
What is this, some joke?
If it is, it isn't funny. I told him we were on a research project.
Noviello, what are you doing?
What the hell's with this research project? What's a research project?
Noviello, this is Miss Morrison. She's a writer. What's the matter with you?
All right, so I was wrong about her, but the rest of them are just plain prods, right?
What the hell difference does that make? They weren't working. I can swear to that. Now, what business do you cops have picking them up when they're not working? It's a violation of their constitutional rights. You
And you should have seen him look on that Boy Scout's face. Oh, Mr. Dennis. You know how many times I've been busted for loitering? I ain't kidding you. 1,500 times. This is the first time I ever walked out of that place like that. Oh, I'm telling you, you should have hired her.
Well, it doesn't hurt to have clout.
Oh, it ain't cloud, honey. It is brain. She knows more than all them uniform clowns put together.
What business you got? Picking up girls when they ain't working. Don't you bummers know? If we get this constitutional rights.
Is it? What? Well, you know, against our rights.
Well, yes. Violates the 14th Amendment.
How does that go again?
Well, the 14th Amendment says that the police can't arbitrarily or capriciously, you know what I mean, deprive you of your life or liberty without what's called due process of law. And it guarantees you, equal protection under the law. In other words, all that means is that no group of people, say blacks, homosexuals, prostitutes, whatever, can be arrested and treated differently just because they're members of that group. That's all.
I'll be damned.
How come I got to be 22 years old and nobody ever told me none of that? How the hell come?
There's nothing wrong with the Constitution, honey, but who's got time to read it?
Hey, man, where's Dee Dee?
She's over there. There she is.
Hey! Dee Dee! What you doing over there all by yourself? I ought to go back to work. Oh, come on, will you? Being such a damn killjoy.
Something the matter?
Don't you feel good?
Yeah. Hey, you missed out about the Constitutional. What's the matter, you mad? Because they yelled at you?
I was thinking about my baby. He'll be a year old next month. He recognizes me now when I come visit.
What's his name?
She cries if you ask what time it is. His name is Stacy.
I didn't even crack 50 tonight. What am I going to tell Sweet?
Well, you called him from the precinct, didn't you? Tell him they kept you in all night.
He'll know I'm lying. He always knows. He'll give me a beating.
Why do you let him?
Because he's right.
He's right to beat you?
Sure. Then I know he loves me. Because when I make my quota, he's so nice to me. He buys me a peekaboo blouse. But the whipping's for my own good, because I'm lazy. I wouldn't work if it wasn't for him. I wouldn't be worth nothing, would I, Wanda?
You make me sick. Stop bawling like some dumb baby. Oh, don't be going off on a what? I mean, things ain't like they was when you and I first started out years ago. I mean, it was enjoyable. You could work easy. You could Work a little bit, you know, save some money, and you can have a good time. But now they got animals out there on the street. Things have gone mean, and you gotta have a man that looks after you. A woman can't do it by herself.
Well, you look at that. Right out in the open.
They don't even try to hide it anymore.
I tell you, what's happening to this city, you can't even walk the streets anymore without being... The way they stand there, brazen as can be. Howard says he can't go the blocks from his office to Grand Central without getting a dozen propositions.
Okay.
I'm not cheap either.
What do you mean not cheap? How much?
You want to find out?
Ooh, can you?
So how much?
20 and 10.
You mean $30?
If you don't want to buy it, get lost.
$30, lady in the bus, you're gonna love that, huh?
What did she say?
$30.
$30? Is that all? I thought it would be much more.
Whatever happened to $2?
Inflation, Harriet, remember?
What's that? Ain't you ever seen a war before? Come on. Yeah, you got a lot of nerve sitting there housing me when I'm out here doing my job. You ain't doing nothing but showing your ignorance.
You're a disgrace.
You ought to be ashamed selling yourself for money. I'd rather sell it than lay up in bed and wait for my husband to pay my bills out of his paycheck, which is going to be short $30. Or maybe 50 if he likes me.
I don't believe.
Isn't this a private ride? Get her out. Shut up! Think you can't even make with your wife? Wanda, watch out!
Wanda, we have to stop meeting like this.
You think grown men have something better to do than chase a few girls around the street? I mean, the whole town.
Okay, girl.
Boy, who's the
Come on, let's go.
TV?
Let's move it. Let's move it.
And here they are, arresting helpless women.
Keep going, Giselle.
Yeah,
Come on,
I'm
let's
moving,
go.
I'm moving.
Hey, it's the fall fashion show.
All right, who wants to make a phone call?
Maybe I do. Over here. Wait. Oh, crying out loud. Hey. You better hurry up, slut. I gotta call my roommate.
Roommate? Oh, you mean you gotta call your pimp?
Not me. I'm an independent.
You go in and see the matron. Let us search you.
Have a count how much money you got. Some screw in here ripped me off last week.
Yeah, we know, Giselle. It's a tough life.
Yeah, sure. Hi, Wanda. What are you doing in here again?
Yeah, everybody's in here. You can shoot a cannon up there.
Hey, you got change for a quarter?
Sure, honey. Got nothing better to do.
Anybody got any silver nail polish?
Here, I got red glitter with sparkles.
Oh.
Good look.
Good, thanks.
Hey, listen. How long are we in for?
The last van left for court about 20 minutes ago. So everybody's in for the night.
Oh, God, not again, man. I've been here 5 nights out of 6. Might as well give up my apartment.
Have a seat, please.
How am I going to pay my bills, Whitney? You know what time I got out of court today? 1 o'clock.
What are you complaining about? You're all back on the streets and I'm still filling out forms. How can I book prostitutes on a typewriter with the broken P?
Use a W. Age?
19.
Occupation?
Is he for real? Secretary.
Put down I'm working for the city.
Sugar.
Social Security number?
Take your time, Giselle. That's a hard one.
Wanda! Can you believe this? I was sitting in the muffin burger having a hot dog. This uniform comes up to me. He says, come on, I'm taking you in. I said, taking me in? Can't you see I'm eating? I mean, how can I be working when I'm eating, right?
Your story really touched me.
No, really, this is what turns us girls against you cops. You're taking someone in for nothing just because one of you creeps wants to make his overtime.
Ah, you girls all have a persecution complex. You think the men enjoy doing this? I have to promise them promotions.
Oh, yeah, tell it to me. They love pushing women around. That's how they get their kicks.
Hey, take it easy.
I need some.
Is it okay?
And those little owls? Oh, real agate. Got them at a Japanese store up on Broadway. Anything with a owl or elephant's supposed to be good luck.
You superstitious?
If I was, I wouldn't be here. Third Thursday of the month is my most unlucky day.
Well, maybe we can break the jinx.
Listen, let's get the money straightened up right now, okay? That's the first thing a working girl does. So you don't have no hassles later.
Right. What'd you have in mind?
Well, you're talking like this. I mean, no, it's going to be printed up and everything. The majority of girls, they might take advantage of it. You know, they figure, say, what could you get on the street? Things are going good. You got 4 or 5 tricks in an hour. You can make $100, $150. But, oh, I'm taking into consideration that money is hard, right? It's hard everywhere. So, if you could afford it, I would charge you $50 an hour.
Sounds fair.
I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to leave.
Beg your pardon?
The restaurant reserves the right to refuse service to anyone.
Well, I'd like to know the reason.
I think the reason is obvious.
I'd like to hear it.
Look, I don't want to create a scene. Now, if you just go quietly.
Look, I'm Fran Morrison from City Magazine, and this is a friend of mine. Now, are you really telling me that we're not welcome here?
I'm very sorry, Miss Morrison, but the restaurant has a very firm policy. We have to think of our customers.
What's the matter? Afraid they'll catch something? You don't get it off plates. It's a rip-off anyway. $2.25 for a lousy horse meat hamburger.
We should have stayed in there and fought that out.
Yeah, right. You kidding me? Just paying off my last bite.
Why am I so furious and you're so calm?
I ain't calm. Oh, just used to it. You ain't.
Yeah, but I mean, doesn't it bug you being treated like that?
Yeah,
like
garbage? Fine. What are you gonna do? Sometimes you fight. Sometimes you swallow it down. Anyway, you just got your first lesson in the world of the straights, boy. Bunch of friggin' hypocrites. You wanna know something? This guy, he owns all these copper kettles. Same creep owns the Mona Lisa. You believe it?
What's the Mona Lisa?
Oh, it's this, you know, it's a hotel where most of the West Side girls work.
Hey, wait a second. How do you know that?
Larry Gustavina, he's the manager. He told me.
You sure about that?
About what?
About that guy who owns the hotel.
Larry's a lot of things, you know. He ain't no liar. You can ask him yourself.
A couple of ginger ales, please. What's that, $1.50, right? Okay, there you go. Oh, I see you like ketchup.
Yeah. Eat on the county. Put it on everything, I'm telling you.
What county?
Cayuga, just outside Cleveland. I grew up around lakes. Do you believe it? This is the only water I see in this place.
Is that where your family is?
Yeah. What's left of it? My brother, he still works in a mill there, you know. My sister and my mother, they died in a fire. My father, you'll never know where he is until...
Reporter's best tool. That way you get everything down right and you don't have to rely on your memory. Gonna bother you?
I don't know. I ain't never done this before.
What? Just forget it's there. Listen, if it's gonna bother you, you know, I can do without it. I don't really need it.
This is business like a trick. You pay for it. You got a right to have it the way you want it, right? Oh, that's a silly question. Asking a prostitute why she does it.
Well, I make my living asking silly questions.
What do you make a year? Unless it's private or something.
Well, I make 20, sometimes 25,000.
Oh, yeah? That's pretty good. First year I was out on the street, I made 70.
1,000?
Yeah, 1,000. Before that, I had a waitress job. 9 to 5, 6 days a week, 6 to 250 take home, including tips. So that's why it's a silly question.
Well, I got another silly question. The other day, you didn't have enough to pay your fine. So where is it, all your money? You give it to somebody? Give it to your pimp?
That's my business. I gotta go to work.
Can we meet tomorrow?
I don't know.
What time would be good for you?
I'll let you know. Maybe this whole thing ain't such a good idea.
What?
The deal we made. Me talking stuff. It ain't my stuff.
Oh, why not? It's everybody's stuff. You're smart, you've got opinions. Now, what time do you
a smart girl. You know, don't go off at beat. On 8th Avenue, I know what to expect. I don't get no flack from nobody.
Right, except when you're in the bullpen or in court or on Rikers Island.
Listen, man, I didn't come looking for you. You'll get your 500 back
I
next
don't
week.
give a damn about the money.
Yeah, well, I do! I do!
I guess there's something else we should have straightened out up front. I'm not in this to trap you or insult you. But I'm not going to pussyfoot around or walk on eggshells. That's not my beat. Now, I have to feel free to ask you whatever I want, say whatever I think, and you can answer or not answer, or you can tell me to go to hell anytime. Now, if you don't agree on that, then you're right. You better call it quits.
You know, should have had that thing turn on when that joker was talking in the restaurant.
Think of our customers.
What's the matter? Afraid they'll catch something? You don't get it off the plate.
Is that what I sound like?
It's a rip-off anyway.
Hey, Wanda. Hey, baby. Wait a minute. How you doing, Mama? Can't tell you left sweet. News travels fast on the street, you know. Sweet, he don't know how to take care of no woman no how, so why don't you get yourself a real man?
You know where I find one? on the corner. Yeah, right. I've been here for 3 years, you know, everybody knows. my regulars, everybody.
Oh, I don't know it.
Yeah? You want more, huh? You want more?
Get up, Scarab.
Yeah, get more. Get off of this corner. Get your face off this corner. Oh, you ought to know better to be stepping on somebody else's corner. Hey, Wanda, they said they beat me up. You can't let every dumb slut scare you with that kind of talk. You ain't gonna last a month. They only testing to see how you're gonna do without protection. I sure hope you know what you're doing, because the word is out that you have left Sweet. Don't anybody work around here? All they do is gossip? They say some big shot dice page found. That's all they know. Happens she's a writer, you know, for one of them magazines. She's paying me just to talk to her.
Talk to her? About what?
Anything I want. $50 an hour. Woo-wee! Now, I heard of some freaks. Well, I'm getting back on my corner for all those flakeouts so they can take over my beat.
I wish I could luck out like that. 50 an hour without flatbacking? I ain't even caught trick one yet today. And you know that place in the Bronx they keep my baby for me? They say everything's going up and they need more money. Sweet says that means I gotta make more.
Forget it. He can spring for another $30 without starving to death, so we don't get his custom Continental this year.
He's in a real bad mood. I think it's because you haven't called him.
Let him call me.
Are you kidding, Wanda? He can't do that. How would it look for him to go running after one of his girls, huh? Everybody'd be laughing at him. You know he's got his pride.
I don't give a damn. I'll call him when I'm good and ready. Maybe never, huh?
You better not say things like that to anybody. It'll get back to
what
him.
if he does?
Come on, don't do it, Wanda. You know Sweet cares about you.
Yeah. You don't act like it.
You're his #1 woman.
If he cares so much, you wouldn't have me going out that stinking hellhole. The stinking Rikers.
Hey, how about it?
I'll go home, get a haircut. Tell your mother to give you a decent shirt.
Hey, look, I got the money.
You got $100?
Oh, yeah, $100. What, is she spaced out on something or what?
Wanda, are you kidding?
You better not undercut me.
He had the 30.
You gotta teach men not to disrespect you. Pimps included.
He's gonna go real hard on me if I don't make my quota tonight.
Are you busy?
It's 20 and 10.
Well, I'll see you later.
Now, wait a minute. How about 2 girls? It's 50. You only pay once for the room.
40?
You want bargains? Try 14th Street.
Hey, Wanda, please?
Okay. Come on.
$16 missing this week, 14 last week. I'm not going to stand and count towels. I got a business to run here.
You good?
Seems like Larry don't care who he lets in this place. Get out of here.
All right. Chooch, room number 15. $10, Mac.
You want to know? I think she's trying to move into your spot with Sweet.
Well, what do you want with a dog like that?
Hey, you got to register Mr. and Mrs.
What?
Who's counting?
Hey, Wanda, come here.
Forget it. I lost $10 here last week and you lousy Figurino.
No, for real. There's somebody inside wants to see you.
Hello, Wanda. What's the matter? We've always been friends, haven't we? That's right. Don't be mad. I got good news. Got the 5 C's for you.
How come?
You know how I feel about you. There's no one like Wanda. I always tell Sweet. like to see you two lovebirds on the out, so I said to him, let me advance her to 500. I know she's good for it.
That's nice, Mom. That's real nice.
Just one thing. He doesn't want you talking to any reporters.
That's crazy. I ain't telling her anything about him or business like that. You know, just stuff couldn't hurt nobody.
You don't know what could hurt.
What does he think I'm some dummy? I can't even open my mouth? I ain't stupid.
Wanda, do like he says, huh? Use your head. Take the 500 and stop the talking.
Stuff it.
Clears up, I guess I can work late, you know.
I tried Lex once with the Vice Squad. You know the 17th. They're the worst. Oh, what is that?
Oh, it's a tape recorder. I always use it when I'm
all
working
writers use it, you know, when they want to get it straight, not just make it up like they thought it was.
Uh-huh, that's groovy.
Oh, look, there's Mona Lisa Hotel I was telling you about. Slow down, will you? Stop. You see up there, that window, that reflector, that's where Larry sits. That way he can see the cop cars when they come around the corner and whoop, gets the girls right in.
Kidding.
And that's St. Sebastian. They call it the Midtown Chapel.
Nice and close to the hotel.
Yeah, the priest there. He's always giving Larry the business. Calling the cops, raising the roof. Okay, you can go now, Candy.
But the priest, he ain't against the girls, though. When I see the van coming, I always duck in, and he says to me, do I want to pray? And I say, sure. He knows I'm waiting till the cops go by.
And then over here, now this is where we hide out when we're running from the van.
Yeah.
Well, you mean that big building?
It's being constructed.
Yeah, I know.
Slow down, sugar.
Slow down. Slow down.
Yeah, and I found this place where you see over there behind that big piling? Yeah, well, they got some kind of fire stairs. And we can run up 3, 4 stories. And nobody can ever find us.
That's terrific.
Yeah, listen, are we gonna go cross town or ain't we?
Hey, we're sightseeing, okay?
Yeah, so charter a bus.
What are you bugging us for? It's right there on the meter. Creep.
Hey, Dee Dee, wait a minute! The girls won't talk to me. I think the pimps must have got to them.
Sounds surprising.
You must be having a ball.
Sure, you can't use a little help with the research.
It's much too heavy for you.
No!
Well, it's time for a toast.
Great shame. What's a 25th anniversary without a toast? They say marriage is like a feast, where the grace is sometimes better than the dinner. To Ethel and Harlan, who've shown us you can dine well and richly for 25 years.
With just occasionally a little touch of indigestion.
No, it's not urgent. Just tell Lester that if he has any word for me, he'll know what that means. Just tell him that I'll be home all day tomorrow, okay? Thank you.
You know, real tough little broad. Hey, this should be especially interesting to you. This prosty comes up to these friends of mine, and she says to him, want to have a little party? And mind you, right in front of his wife. So she up and says, my husband doesn't need a prostitute. And the girl looks up at her and says, well then, how about you?
Oh, Ted, you know you made that up.
No, it's the truth, I swear. Well, now, isn't it true most of them are AC/DC?
I'm really not an expert.
Now, listen, I promised Fran that I'd take her away from all that tonight.
You can't get away from it anymore. It's under your noses. You see it everywhere.
Oh, I don't know. Not in any of my restaurants, you don't.
All right.
Oh, yes, Arthur. We see who would like
Does
to
he have
look
anything
good.
to do with the coffee
Yes.
kettles?
Yeah, Randy?
That's just a drop in the bucket. Our boy, Harlan Nash, is into everything.
And you?
And right now, I'm doing a 100-acre industrial complex for him across the river.
Yes, I guess it is flaunted in the streets. But I suppose that's the price you have to pay for living in a permissive society. I guess you'd call me an anachronism. An old-fashioned man with old-fashioned morals.
Excuse me, Dad. I'm afraid we're going to have to say goodnight.
Already?
Yes, it's way past Melissa's bedtime.
Did you have a good time?
Good night, Melissa.
Good night, dear.
What's the matter, huh? Good night, dear.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night, Melissa. Good night.
Oh, that grandfather business. It's the greatest.
How old is she?
Almost 5.
Mr. Nast, isn't that awfully young to own a prostitution hotel?
Didi? Is that you? Come here. Almost don't recognize you. I'm trying this little girl look. The men really go for it. Only nothing's gonna help tonight. Come on. I got Fran here, the writer I told you about. I'm going over to show her this stroll on Lex. You want to come?
I don't think I ought to go, really.
Oh, come on.
I guess there's no tricks in the rain anyway.
Oh, Fran, this is Dee Dee.
Hi. Ain't that deserving?
Well, look, you better tell your hooligan back. She took my pinky ring. She saw the diamond, she took it.
Put the knife down.
Now, look, don't come any closer. I lost a little weight and it slipped off my finger.
No one gets rolled in this hotel.
Are you kidding? I know you're working together. Give me back that ring.
Give it back! Hey, come on, there's a cop down on the corner. You don't put that thing down in 1 second. I'm gonna go bring him up. He's gonna book you for assault. It'll be in all the papers tomorrow. Come on, put that down. You bitch! Come on. Get up. Leave your address. If I find the ring, I'll send it.
Wait a minute, let me get my shoes.
Come on, get out!
Wait a minute! Creep! Where is it?
I ain't seen it. I don't know what.
Damn it! You're not talking to a crummy trick. Give it.
I didn't take it. It just.
Get out of here. Get your clothes on. Get out of here. Get out of this hotel. Don't come back. Don't go to any hotel I have anything to do with. I'm warning you. It's a piece of glass anyway.
Stop right here. Hey, Dee Dee!
Dear God.
Is that her? This way, please.
Okay, you gotta sign a couple of these forms certifying these are the identifiable remains. Yeah. Where the X is, please. That's it.
What happens to her now?
Yeah, unclaimed, no next of kin. City will dispose of the body. You know her religion?
What does that mean? Dispose of?
It don't mean a 21-gun salute. Harry, run another one off here. Carvets came out lousy.
What does it mean?
What do you want from me? I mean, they'll take her out to Hart's Island, they'll plant her in Potter's Field, okay?
You dirty pig! You pig! You pig!
All right.
You let me go!
Come on, lady. Wait a second. Harry, give me a straitjacket.
Take your hands off her. I'll take care of her. I'll take care of her. Go on. Leave her alone.
Are you kidding me? Let's see what she's got in the booby bag.
Holding out on us, huh?
Sweet. I just got beat up. They took my money. They cut my face. I don't know what to do. Can I come back to you? I need you, Sweet.
Sure, you can come back. Sweet's here. Don't he always give you what you need? Don't he always take care of you, baby?
How am I going to get there? I hurt. I can't hardly walk.
Crawl.
Melissa Corporation owns the Copper Kettles. It also owns the building that houses the Mona Lisa Hotel.
You know that.
I have a copy of the certificates of incorporation.
Oh, come on. Fran, you lease a building to someone. Now, you don't necessarily know what's going on in it.
Oh? Even when the lease calls for a percentage of the gross? A very sizable gross?
No, you're making a big thing out of this. It's not his responsibility.
Oh, there goes another lapel button.
You don't mean you're really going to mention Nast's name in your article?
You're being good company.
Don't act naive. It could be very embarrassing for a man in his position.
And don't you think it's embarrassing for Wanda when she sits in the Pross van with a bullpen?
You're not equating Harlan Nast with an 8th Avenue hooker.
Why not?
Because it's her own choice. Fran, nobody makes her go on the street. She likes the money.
And so does Nast. Since they share the fruits of free enterprise, why shouldn't they share the embarrassment?
I can't believe this whole thing. I mean, what do you think you're going to accomplish? Make a few headlines, get a few hotels closed down? They'll only be open again in a couple of months. And I don't know what you expect of me. There aren't any land slots anymore. I've got a $20 million project hanging in the balance, and I don't want to lose it. Is that so hard to understand? Everybody hustles. Some of us just don't get arrested for it. I don't see any point in coming up.
Let's give it a rest. For a while. I have to, sort myself out. Maybe you do, too.
Excuse me, ma'am. There's somebody to see you. I put her in the side lobby.
Oh.
Miss Morrison. I'm sorry, we can't have boys around. Don't look good for the house.
Then who the hell's living in all those $1,200 penthouses upstairs? Wanda?
Yeah, I figured I was all the way up here. Might as well wait.
I'm glad you did. Come on, let's go upstairs.
I can't. I gotta get back to work. It ain't nothing big. It's just Dee Dee. You know, she ain't been around all weekend, and I went up to a place and she ain't there, and none of the girls have seen her.
Maybe
Nobody.
she's up in the Bronx with her baby.
No. They took Stacy away. The welfare. People that was keeping them, they said they couldn't do it on the money.
Oh, no. Does she know that?
Yeah. I told her. They couldn't get her, so they called me.
Well, how did she take it?
Well, you know. All right. Real quiet. I thought maybe she didn't hear me. She heard.
What can I do to help?
Well, you know, I can't go to the police, so I thought if you could go to them, if you could find something out.
I'll call Swifty. I'll call him.
Yeah,
right away.
thanks. You know, I shouldn't have written her like that. I shouldn't let her cry if she felt like it.
Oh. Babe, don't feel guilty. You're a good friend to Dee Dee. You care about her.
Come on. There's no friends on the street. Just on my corner, that's all. Another couple of months will be a different girl.
I don't believe that, otherwise you wouldn't be here.
I don't give a damn what you believe.
I don't even believe that.
Get off my back. You friggin' square. Would you just leave me alone?
I don't know what she thinks could have happened, but she's afraid to go to you.
Look at the blotter now. There's nothing on it.
Then there's something you can do.
I'll send a couple of men out to canvass the Times Square joints. Where will you be?
I'll be home.
Yeah, the priest there. He's always giving Larry the business.
calling the cops, raising the roof. But the priest, he ain't against the girls, though. When I see the van coming, I always duck in. And he says to me, do I want to pray? And I say, sure. He knows I'm waiting till the cops go by.
And then over here, now this is where we hide out when we're running from the van.
Yeah.
Well, you mean that big building?
It's being constructed.
You like to be in control.
That was a favorite phrase of my ex-husband's. He could make it sound like a communicable disease.
I'm sorry.
He always resented it. Do you?
In theory, no. I'm that 20th century mutation. An enlightened male.
In practice?
There's some kind of reflex, way deep down in my unconscious.
Gulp?
Yeah, gulp.
Oh, God. Change takes such a long time, doesn't it?
So don't beat yourself. Don't be such a bleeding heart for the exploited of the world, including your prostitutes.
Orrin, they are not my prostitutes. They're women with names and faces, and knowing someone is a responsibility. You can't just walk away from it.
Is it that? Is it just a good story you can't
Oh, now
walk
that's a
away
lousy
from?
thing to
I
say.
didn't mean it the
As
way
if I'd exploit them just for
Who
the
said
sake of a good
exploit?
story.
But you reporters have a way
And
of
I hate
confusing your
sentences
motives.
that start with you reporters. I don't have to apologize
Fran,
to
will you
you for
stop
anything
and listen? You're writing about fact, not fiction. That girl is whatever the hell she is. You have to accept it. You can't rewrite her the way you want her to be.
You sound like you hate her.
I don't hate her. I just don't want to live with her. I don't want her in bed with you and me.
I don't know what I am.
This is one business that doesn't relish publicity.
Yeah, I'm beginning to understand why. You know what they take in at the Mona Lisa in an average week? I figured it out on the way over here. $20,000.
Well, I'll match that. You take 200,000 prostitutes in the United States today, and the lowest estimate, 6 transactions a day, and the lowest figure, $20. And you come up with around $7 billion a year. That is 10 times the budget of the Justice Department.
I just don't get it.
Get what?
Oh, the whole logic of law enforcement. You don't arrest the pimps, you don't arrest the Johns, you don't touch the owners of these fleabag hotels, but you're going to beat this monolith by busting Wanda and Dee Dee and 40 other girls a night and tossing them in the bullpen. If you wanted to stop illegal racetrack gambling, would you put the racehorses in jail?
Whoever said anything about logic?
Oh, it's ridiculous. It's obscene.
Oh, now hold it up, lady. I'm just a cop. I do what I'm told.
Ah.
The rest I leave up to City Hall and the courts.
I've heard that one before. Guastavino's only the manager. It ain't my responsibility. They ought to grind out lapel buttons and hand them out to everybody.
You know, Fran, everybody's got a dream. I've got 2. The first is, I stretch a big net across the Holland Tunnel on the Jersey side. That way I scoop up half the Johns in New York City in one fell swoop. The other, I run a big magnet up the streets of Midtown Manhattan. And all the guns come flying out of hip pockets and subway gratings.
What are you trying to say? That doing something about this is just a pipe dream?
Hey, Morrison, what happened to your sense of humor? I'm on your side.
I'm not so sure.
What are you being so damn righteous about? I've been playing this game of tag since you were in kindergarten. I've been through a dozen administrations and a dozen cleanups. And every time I broke my tail trying to buck the system. Well, after a while, you learn. You don't break your heart.
Sorry.
What do you want? Guastavino's head on a platter?
No, he's just a minnow. You could swallow him in one bite. Somebody's getting very rich out of all this. A lot of somebodies. I want to know who they are.
You're opening up a very big can of beans, lady.
I like beans.
This is a list of all the pros hotels and the massage parlors in the district. For the owners' names, you're going to have to dig. You're going to run into dummy corporations inside other dummy corporations. You're going to find property held in lawyers' names, and secretaries' names, and dogs' and cats' names. But if you ever get past all that, you're going to find some names that'll surprise the hell out of you. But I don't think you'll ever touch them. That's not the way the game is played. But if you do, if you and your magazine come up with some ammunition, I'll use it. But in the meantime, do you mind if I keep on polishing my magnet?
Hey, how's it going?
Well, one baby step after another. Hey, have you seen Wanda?
Yeah,
How is she?
she's okay.
I took your advice. Haven't tried to see her. She, back working?
She never stopped. There's no sick leave on the street.
Hey, next time you see her, could you tell her something for me?
She's upstairs in the bullpen now. The van picked her up in some parking lot. In the back seat of a car with the drunk. I know. He's pushing her very hard.
Swifty, isn't there some way I can talk to her? Just for a few minutes. There's something I'd like her to know.
Hey, I don't think she'll come if she knows you're here, to tell you the truth.
Then don't tell her. Hello, Wanda.
Hi.
I asked Swifty to send you down. I got your note and the money. Thanks.
It's okay.
Look, I'm sorry we can't talk anymore. But, there's something I wanted you to know. You gave me something very important for my article. You gave me, yourself. $420, that's a bargain. Look, I don't want to do anything to hurt you. So is there anything you've told me you don't want me to use?
Write whatever you want. You paid for it.
I can't do it. I can't give out anything like that.
But there is such a list.
We have a record of the owners of some of those properties, yes, but it's classified.
Well, why? We're not talking about anything criminal. Or are we?
I want to go on record that I didn't introduce that word.
Well, then why can't I get anybody in city government to talk about it? I made a dozen calls in the last
Maybe there's
hour.
a question
and all
of
I get
civil
is
liberties here. I mean, you can't go around publishing the names of the owners of any of these establishments.
Okay, then how about if I'm willing to take that chance?
You can do that, of course, and so can your magazine, but I can't be party to it. I mean, the mayor has certain considerations.
Yeah, like not stepping on any big toes.
I resent that.
Now, Harold, don't get defensive.
I'm not defensive. I'm offended. There's a big difference.
Harold, you're a very dedicated public servant.
Well, I certainly try to be.
I think you're doing a very responsible job in a tough situation. I intend to make a point of that.
Thank you.
I'm not going to press you for your list, but say I wanted to do a little digging on my own, and I need a few shortcuts. Any suggestions?
Go to the registrar's office. They can tell you who owns the land under any building in the city. That's room 206.
206.
Will you remember to ask for a certificate of incorporation?
Wait a minute. Certificate Oh, yeah?
Certificate. That's the only way you can tell if one corporation is owned by another corporation.
Oh, what about the buildings?
That's a little harder. You gotta go down to Nassau Street. And you have to buy copies of the standard abstract guides to commercial properties. And I hope that you have a very good expense account because they cost almost as much as they weigh.
Kidding with these vouchers. They're astronomical.
So is the story.
Fran, I don't think any...
Two parts. The girls on the street, and then the whole long line of parasites that make money off their backs. Starting with the pimps and ending with the landlords. Now, here's just a partial list of the owners of the buildings and the properties.
Have you checked this all out?
Every name comes out of the records. Every bank, every insurance company. That's a Park Avenue doctor. That is a charity organization, and that is the lawyer who fronts for the mob in the peep show rackets. And that one? That's the widow of a Supreme Court judge.
This is mind-blowing stuff.
Lester, I'm not naive. And I know there are going to be pressures, all kinds. Now, am I just spinning my wheels, or are you going to have the guts to use it?
Traub, it's for you.
Hello? Oh, Orrin. No, it's all right, it's all right. Was that tonight? Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot all about it. I don't really feel up to a party, and besides, I want to work. Why don't you just go on by yourself? Makes Jill a dull girl, yeah. Well, look, if I change my mind, I'll get back to you, okay? Yeah. Bye, darling. Well? You didn't answer.
You want to know if I would use that? Yes. But we've got lawyers. You know what they're going to say? They're going to say we're a small magazine. We haven't got $1 million for lawsuits.
God.
And don't tell me you're going to pay for it either. Fran, take my advice. Go to that party tonight.
What does that mean? Lester, are you going to let this thing go down the drain?
Means you better let me handle this. Look, just take the evening. Relax. Get drunk or something. Come on.
Lester.
Come on. Get away from this. Go on.
Lauren tells me you're doing a story on prostitutes.
Yes,
She was 18. A child, your child. I saw her only in flight. Now she has stopped running. She is at rest with you. The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still water. He restoreth my soul. He guideth me in straight paths for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever.
Thank you, Father.
You're welcome. Bye, girls.
Radio says it's going to rain.
She'd have been glad. Not many tricks out in the rain.
Where can I drop you? Downtown?
I want to stay here. I just want to be by myself, you know?
Hey, might need it.
here. I mean, you know, if he was busy or something.
No, I wanted to. I only got your note this morning.
Oh, yeah. I decided kind of quick. It's my pa, you know. Just got this letter from my brother. He says he's raising hell again, getting drunk, gobbling pills, you know, hurting himself, this and that. And... Oh, thanks. And, you know, the authorities... Oh, thanks. The authorities, they want us to commit him to Conroy. That's a state hospital.
State hospital?
Yeah. I've been there. I'm telling you. No matter what they call it, it's still a jail. I wouldn't want him to go to no jail.
What else could he do? Could he stay with your brother?
My brother? My brother's got a wife, a couple of kids. It's hard having someone like Pa around, you know.
Here, kids. Go down to the corner bar, get Grandpa a couple of shots of the beer chaser.
So I figured, you know, maybe he needs me. I might get a place, you know, keep him for a while. There's a job at the plant where my brother works. It's not 9 to 5. It's 8 to 4. Watch out with this. It weighs a ton. I took my pots and pans. I cook a pre-fed meatloaf, you know, when I got the time. You like meatloaf?
Yeah, I make a pretty fair one myself.
Oh, yeah? Too bad we could have had a bake-off.
Hey, how come Sweet's letting you go?
How's he gonna stop me? Kill me? Says I'll be back within a month. Says in my blood, money, the excitement. Him.
Yeah, that's what Sweet says. What do you say?
I don't know.
Oh, something for you to read on the plane. Just came out today.
Oh, here's your umbrella. I almost forgot.
Could have kept it.
I don't like,
owing somebody, yeah, I know. Come on, it's okay to owe somebody. It's good. Circle. Go up 8.
Who is paying the police? The taxpayers or the prostitutes?
Just a minute, I resent that.
Gentlemen, please.
It's just too damn easy to blame the police for everything.
Gentlemen, may I remind you that the purpose of these meetings is to attack the problem, not each other.
Meetings. All we have is meetings.
What we are facing here are certain socio-economic urban inevitabilities.
Now,
that
you
make
listen
it-
to me. You clean up Midtown or I'm going to close up my restaurant.
No.
And that's the only inevitability that I can see. And I'm speaking for all the honest businessmen in the district. Right on!
Mr. Monty, the mayor is deeply concerned. We are the guardians of the greatest city in the greatest country in the world.
Salute to the flag.
Now, with enlightened participation from the community of this kind, we are certainly moving towards some long-range solutions.
Long range, hell. We are drowning in porno and hookers.
Right. And we also have immediate, ongoing action to alleviate the problem.
Good old Harold. Always lands on his feet.
Folks, let me be honest with you. The mayor considers this to be a #1 priority. Midtown is the income-producing heart of the city. He wants me to assure every one of you that there is nothing more important to him than keeping that heart beating. Yes.
Morrison, City Magazine. Where is the mayor?
Unfortunately, he had to deal with excuse me, another very critical issue.
Like getting reelected.
But he did ask Deputy Inspector Keogh to come here and make a comprehensive report on the progress of Operation Cleanup.
Oh, and here come the Marines.
Well, now, ladies and gentlemen, the first thing you have got to remember is that we are dealing with a very big area. Now, I'm talking about over 60 subway platforms, 11 convention hotels, 300 restaurants, and over 700 bars. That takes coverage. We have beefed up our task force with 2 captains, 11 lieutenants, 54 sergeants, and over 553 patrolmen. There are over 1,000 street prostitutes in this district. Now, during the past 3-month period, we have scored over 1,500 loitering arrests.
Never heard so many numbers in all my life.
Come on, Morrison.
Well, it makes them feel secure. You know, when you're a patrolman pounding a beat, you carry a gun. When you're a deputy inspector, you carry statistics.
Aren't you carrying the mayor a bit, too? Just a little around the edges?
That a new hairdo?
Okay, no comment.
You know, I like the way that piece turned out. The one you did in the porno bookstores? Good. Very good.
Yeah, not good enough. Just the tip of the iceberg, I think.
What are you bucking for? A National Journalism Award?
Isn't everybody? You get the girls off the street, you might make commissioner.
Not a chance.
Every night I've got a station house full of pros. The next morning they take a taxi home from court, soak their feet, put on fresh eyelashes. By 1 o'clock, it's like somebody rang a bell. New game, same players.
Sounds like kids playing Ringalevio. 1,000 prostitutes. Do you have any solutions?
Sure. Every commuter should take one home.
Hey, I might like to come down and hang around some night. Possible?
Sure, why not? How about tonight? We'll be just in time for the night game.
Giselle! What's up? We're going over to Lexington Avenue. Come on. Oh, why not? Everybody's keeping their feet dry tonight.
Sweet was just here. Boy, was he mad. I only had 40 to give him.